guys, welcome to episode 2 of Rebirth of Souls. You may notice that there is a slight change in characters and players. Recently we had some players that aren't able to play anymore, and so we invited 2 new players to take the roles of the previous players, and a 5th character that is not been introduced yet, and they were being introduced now. Aiden and Rome, we substituted their characters in. Rome is still being used as a thief, which is being played by Jake, and we'll let Jake describe the character when we get there. And then Aiden, which is a priest, which is being played by Brian, and they'll describe their characters also when we get to that point. So they're flipping in for those spots. No difference in the story. Everything from the previous episode is the same, but we have a special presentation from Slade, is going to give us a recap of the episode in character to make this all really nice and fun and fine. So, Slade, do you want to go ahead and give us a recap of the last episode?
You're assuming my memory is that good. Okay.
You can do it.
Do it. The group of us, all orphans at Atima's shelter, orphanage, the house we lived in. We all lived together and grew up, and I basically spent most of my time out in the woods. But I also learned all sorts of really cool things, like how to set little snare traps for, the little things where, like, the big one over there, when she'd come into a room, it'd flip up and throw dung at her. It was kind of fun. But as we grew up, we got older and became a little more into getting out into the world. But before we could ever do anything formally, we came home one day and found out Atima was gone. But we had a job. We had a job to go and rescue a village. People were disappearing. There was a cult involved. We went to the village. We met people. We met our friend Sarah and her dad, who was the mayor, but Sarah was super cute. And we gave her some stuff and taught her some magic. She was like 6 years old. I don't know how humans work. But we went and we found the cult's tower. We climbed up the stairs. We found mirrors that showed stories of our souls, which was kind of cool, actually. I should have stolen one of them. But anyway, we get up to the top, and there was a cult leader. They were all chanting, getting ready to summon this demon. And that was our job, to kind of stop that, because, nobody wants a demon. I fired my arrow. Other people were doing stuff too, but it really doesn't matter as much. And I fired my arrow long and true, and it hit something, and then there was an explosion. And I wasn't a halfling anymore. I was tall, but I had scales, which was kind of weird too. Actually, now that I think about it, it was very weird. But we all woke up, and we were all lizards. Well, that's what I call it. I guess the technical term is dragonkin or something like that. But anyway, we were in a different tower. And we came running down because Tiamat was there and destroying things. And we ran down and we ran past the mirrors again. And we found out that we weren't just turned into lizards. We had kind of done some things. Like Zazak killed this super drow ranger guy, and
Allegedly.
killed his cat. And
Allegedly.
and people are really mad about that, but he probably had it coming. And I did some things that were pretty bad too. I don't really like to talk about it. But we came out and the villagers were there. And there was this grown woman that was leading them. She took off her mask and was going to kill us because we were the children of Tiamat. Oh, I said the name out loud. Shit. Sorry. And then I saw the little rat skull I had given her. She had turned into an emblem and was wearing it. It was our friend Sarah, but she was all grown up and wanting to kill us. And that's where we left off.
Good job. Point of inspiration for that?
Fuck yeah.
So at the end of this, they did find out that Sarah it has been 10 years, and Sarah's grown up and is part of this band of people that they don't know, and she's kind of recoiling and crying and kind of freaking out is the best way to put it. That the people she thought were friends and were potentially thought were dead are now the people that have destroyed most of the area that she's in.
Allegedly, as was said before, allegedly.
Those are doppelgangers, clearly.
Yeah, just because we look like them, sound like them, and everything else.
I mean, sure.
5 minutes ago, I was a happy little giant carrying on my way with my halflings, and it was fine.
You weren't
If it walks like a duck and talks like a duck, it's gonna ask for grapes.
That's why I carry nails.
So, and this is where we're at. Jake, which is playing Rome. Would you like to describe your character and what you look like? And that way people can understand, because everybody's heard everybody else.
Apparently, I'm a black dragonborn.
And what weapons you wear?
Sure. So I'm wearing studded leather armor. I am sort of festooned in weaponry. On my left hip, I have a rapier. Down on my lower leg, or my upper leg, I've got a short sword on my left hip. I've got a dagger on my left hip. On my right hip, I have a hand axe through a loop, and I have another dagger. He's wearing I would have had him wearing a cloak, but now that I'm a dragonkin that has wings, I'm probably not wearing a cloak because that seems crazy.
You
No
can still be
capes.
wearing a cloak.
No capes.
I'm wearing
I got wings. Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah, that, I mean, pretty standard classic, what you would imagine a thief looking like, how I would dress myself were I back in these kind of times, like, supple leather armor, like high, again, I would say high boots, but now that I have weird dragon feet, I probably don't have boots on. So, someone has against my will turned me into a dragon. So I'm not really psyched about that.
Yeah.
Also, apparently I'm the only person that figured out that whoever our caretaker was, her name is an anagram of Tiamat. As soon as he told me about it, I was like, it's Tiamat. He's like, you're the only person that figured that out. So
yeah, there was one other person that figured it out, but that came at a later time.
outstanding.
I'm slow, okay?
Yeah, so yeah,
Words are hard, thanks.
but I'm a black dragonborn, so I have like dark scales and the sort of like the horns that curl coming up out of the back of my head.
And Brian, which is going to be playing Aiden. Would you like to describe your character, give everybody a background? Rome, you are a fighter rogue, correct?
Correct.
Yeah. So Aiden, go ahead and go and describe your character and give a little bit of background on what you look like. And such.
Apparently I'm green. So I am a cleric fighter. I am a green dragonkin. I've got a pair of scimitars right strapped to my lower back and a couple daggers tossing different places. Yeah. Just turned into this green dragon, and of course hate the color green, but
You hate green?
it just makes me want to not be green anymore. Yes. Yes, I do.
Oh, I didn't realize you were such an awful person. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. Sure.
All right. Since we have introductions and looks are done, we can go and start with the story when we get everything going. We are at the part, Sarah, which is you recognize and is on the ground, kind of backing away. Her mask, of course, is off on the ground, and is like kind of scrambling back and is like looking at you four in horror. and is bawling her eyes out. You see everybody else has kind of got their weapons ready. Some people got a bow, some people got, people that are closer have got swords drawn of some sort, or daggers, and she's just going, it can't be true. This cannot be true.
No,
You killed everyone.
No, we went up the tower.
Whoa,
And we were gonna
whoa!
stop
Allegedly, like this is all alleged. Like,
We went up the tower, and there was a huge explosion. And then this was like 5 minutes ago to us. This is how we appeared here. Remember when I gave you the rat skull?
10 years ago, you gave me the rat skull.
I know. I don't know what happened.
10 years ago, you went up into the tower.
Little.
When you came down from the tower, you weren't
Wait, what?
there. Y'all went up and we never saw anything for like a day. And then after that day, you 4, you 5. And she kind of looks around a bit.
Wait, what?
Hold on, there's 5.
Came down from the tower. Yes, there was one red dragonborn that came down from the tower with you.
Huh? Two? Three?
She came down from the tower also, and y'all destroyed our town.
that doesn't sound right.
Were we like this, or was I still little?
You were fucking dragonborn. When y'all went up, we thought they killed you, and you 5 people, wherever the red one is, came down and destroyed our town. And for the next 10 years, you have destroyed most of the west coast of the land. Baldur's Gate is gone.
Zazik, tell them.
Daggerford is gone.
No.
That can't be right.
Waterdeep is gone.
That can't be right. I have a letter here from Wizards of the Coast, and they seem really upset.
Fourth wall breaking. I love it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Y'all have taken over almost half of the world and destroyed most of it. You still see people got their arrows knocked, and just like you can see whispers coming up, and people are kind of whispering at you. Y'all have destroyed the western coast of the continent.
I don't know who that was that came down.
You came down.
This sounds
Why
like this sounds
would
like
we
a
do
scam.
this?
This sounds like an insurance scam.
They're calling
Yeah,
to
there's
ask
no
about
way
your
we
car's
would've
extended
done
warranty.
Yeah, seriously. She's like, can I get an affirmative from you? I'm not saying that.
You came down as you are right now, and for the last 10 years, y'all have taken over and destroyed the western half of the continent. The only thing that's been stopping you is this new band of heroes, and she kind of like gestures around to everybody there. The Red Wizards of Thay, and a few of the other people that we know around the world. Your friend in the Red Dragonborn killed so many people. The Harpers are gone because of y'all. The Harpers are dead.
I wanted to join. Oh, damn it.
We can start our own Harper band. So let me get this straight. So the 4 of us.
5.
Oh, sorry,
That's
the
one
5 of
where the
us.
fifth came in.
So the 5 of us destroyed the West Coast
With the help of Tiamat and her armies.
You're sure it wasn't the other way around? It's probably, it sounds more like Tiamat destroyed the West Coast, and we were there like watching. Like,
No, you were there helping. At times, y'all ran through with armies. At times, y'all were dragons killing things. At
this
times,
seems
Were
wildly
we
untenable.
Were we ever ourselves?
this is
Or were
you.
we
This
just-
is you now.
No. So, in my brain, my memories. We went up the tower. I shot at the cultist. A couple of other people did things. There was an explosion. We got knocked out. and we woke up in the top of that tower over there, like what, 10 minutes ago.
That
This whole
just
thing-
happened. That
I
just
left
happened.
you. I left you this morning.
No, it's been 10 years.
No, I'm just telling you, this is me. I don't know who else was in this. What? I hate being this tall. This is a pain in the ass. But
It has been
This is-
10 years.
I gave you that skull last night.
No, you gave, and she's still
I'm
trying
just
to.
telling you. That was somebody else. Maybe we got knocked out of our bodies, or something, or our bodies were destroyed and we got thrown here. But that wasn't me. That wasn't us. That wasn't. I mean, Zazik wouldn't have even. She wouldn't even kill the deer when we were hunting. I don't understand this.
She killed Dritz.
Why would I?
Oh,
Who's
Wizards just pinged me again.
Merch sales in the tank.
Something about a cease and desist.
Zazik, y'all as a team of 5, wherever your other one is, with the help of Tiamat and her armies, destroyed so much. This is occupied land. Orcs, goblins, giants, dragons. Rendai, you killed one of the greatest gold dragons that ever lived.
Why would I create more lonely fireflies when
You-
all I want is companions?
You tell me.
I want to ride a dragon. I don't want to.
I mean, even Aiden crushed the skull of Elminster.
Oh, that phone
Who's
key.
that?
You guys are killing my phone plan.
Who's that again? He was somebody important, right?
Crushed the skull? That doesn't sound like me at all.
You crushed, and it's well documented. It's a tale. Rome, you did some pretty vile things.
Oh, what did I do? I can't wait to hear who did I supposedly kill?
You killed Kelvin Blackstaff. Not only that, you're known as the assassin of the West Coast.
I mean, that's pretty cool. Like being
that
that
sounds
kind of
attractive.
notoriety,
Yeah,
I could definitely
something.
trade on that. But I'm pretty sure Kelvin Blackstaff would have turned me into like a pile of dust or a skeleton or knocked me into the past or put me on the moon. Like, there's no way.
You did. When
So
y'all attacked,
If I did, how do I not remember any of this?
that's something I don't know. Like I said, y'all went in as elves, halflings, all the other stuff, and y'all came out, and no one knew. You came out, destroyed half of the town, and then started going out and taking out the small towns. I mean, immediately, y'all just went and just destroyed so much things that are just near us. I mean, it was devastating. We lost so many people.
Well, the good news is us are back, and whoever the bad guys were that were here before, they're gone. So yay.
Look, the first thing we need to do is like, and I grab my tail. All of this needs to go away. Like, all of this.
Wow, tails and wings are kind of cool, I'm not gonna lie.
No, I want all of this gone.
Yeah, my tail's way too fat. I'm so used to having a slender one
It's not the size of the tail that matters.
and not being green.
I don't know what to tell you.
There has to be some form of higher magic at play. Because we are not who we are. We are not what we're
If you're not
supposed
who
to
you
be.
are,
Who
and you did this for 10 years, who were you?
That is some metaphysical level stuff, and I am not prepared to get into that.
She starts going,
Maybe we were
and if you are who you are, and you gave me this rat skull.
Yeah, remember? We were playing. We were sitting, playing, and we made it like glow and stuff.
Who did we go talk to? After, who did you... My father, when he took you away, who did y'all go talk to?
Oh,
We went to go meet Heather.
Yeah, Heather, that's right. And we talked, and she talked about the cult because she had escaped from the cult.
I mean, it's not that easy to get away from. They only have 2 good songs, so come on, let's.
Well, you know.
On top of all of this, and you've done this, you've killed a lot of people.
These bodies did this. I did not do this.
Yeah, again, you keep saying that. Like, I feel like I would remember if I killed Kelvin Blackstaff. I feel like I would remember when this happened.
A gold dragon. God.
You did this.
No, we didn't do this. Whatever these are did this.
I don't know what to tell you guys.
You seem to know an awful lot, except how this happened.
All we know is that when, and she kind of gives a little slight pause, your old selves went in there, giant flash happened in the tower, and about a day later, you now came down and caused destruction for 10 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
Giant flash indicates magic. Magic indicates fuckery.
That checks out. That seems to check
Yeah.
out. So,
that's how it is in my book.
so I guess my next question would be, if all this stuff happened, why? Okay, if you were following us or whoever we were, why were we back up in this tower again?
We don't know why you were back in the tower. We received a report from one of our contacts within Tiamat's army that you were coming back here to this tower, the Onyx Tower, to plot or do something, because we thought we were making headway on stopping y'all along the storm horns, but looks like y'all may have been pushing through, and we think you were trying to find a way to stop the Red Wizards of Thay. And she kind of says that, she kind of spits that name out. Doesn't like say it like, you know, very good, but kind of spits the Red Wizard of Thay out of her mouth.
Maybe we were killed, and you guys beating them summoned us back, and we took over the bodies. Maybe we're ghosts possessing these bodies. That would make a lot of sense. Ghosts do that, I heard.
Yes, but magically there would be 4 or supposedly 5
Yeah, what's his fifth
dragonkin
person?
bodies.
Yeah, that's true. That's fair. All right, yeah.
So, all right. So I guess my other question would be, so you said the only people that seem to be holding them back are the Red Wizards of Thay. How far east do they go? I'm assuming they haven't taken over the Dale Lands.
Right now, the Stormhorns is where they've been held, right before Cormyr. So now you realize Zazik does have a map. I know it's been a little bit. So Zazik does have a map if you want to bring that
Yes.
out.
Yeah, I'm gonna reach in my pocket and grab it. It's like, look, I grabbed this before we ran out of the tower.
You look
Help
at
us
it,
get our bearings.
and everybody has a copy of the big map from all of this, and pretty much, if you trace the Stormhorns mountain chain and go straight south from that, everything on the left is Tiamat land, and everything on the right is, you know, the Freelands. And y'all were trying to conduct a plan to get over that mountain chain and attack everybody else, because the Red Wizard of Thay have been holding that area pretty well. There have been pretty much some tries to go through the top and go around things, but, you know, on the Dragonspine Mountains, but hasn't really made any progress.
Do you folks have some kind of alliance with the Red Wizards?
A very uneasy alliance.
Well, of course, because they're shady wizards. But how has that been working out for you? Like, how have you been able to coordinate with them?
We have ways, and she kind of like eyeballs you. Like, do I really want to tell you this? We have ways of communicating with each other.
Okay.
I mean, y'all have destroyed everything down to the Shining Sea, all the way up through the mountain chains.
Calamshan's gone?
Everything is gone. Y'all have taken over the entire West Coast.
You promised we were going to go see Calamshan too.
Well, you missed your chance.
You can see people kind of start putting their bows and their swords away, and it's kind of like they're kind of easing down a little bit.
I'm gonna look at Sarah like directly in her eyes and just say that I know it's hard for you to trust us, but if you can trust the Wizards of Thay, look at me and tell me that you don't see that we're telling the truth.
You see a guy step up, and he like pulls out this little orb and puts his hand out, and it's about palm size, and it's like, put your hand on it and tell me that who you are.
Do I recognize the orb?
No, you do
at
not.
all?
It is not the orb from the tower, FYI. It's
Okay.
kind of black and swirly, but it's not. He's got it in his open skinned palm.
If this is what I need to do to prove it to you that I am who I say I am, then I will do it. And I'm
Okay.
going to put my hand on it.
You put your hand on it.
I am Zazik.
It kind of tingles when you do that. Who are you?
I
And
am
what are you?
Zazik.
What are you? Where did you come from?
I come from an orphanage ran by a Tima who
You see
I always thought
her
of as a
eyes
mother.
kind of glow white, and it looks like she has no pupils, by the way, as soon as she starts talking. Go ahead.
I am a monk. I have always loved books and found that in my own way that fighting with my fists can be a form of art as well. And I gave you a parchment with a poem on it that said, "Lonely firefly joins a dancing stream of light, companions at last."
As soon as you stop talking, your hand kind of lets go of the orb. You've got like a little, not like a scorch mark, but you can see your hands kind of reddened. He walks over to Aiden.
So it's purple.
Do you? And holds the orb up to you, Aiden.
Oh. If this is what it takes to prove who I am. And I'll put my hand out onto the orb. And I'm Aiden. I am an orphan. I am a cleric to the god Loki.
As soon as you say that, you can hear, "You left me. You will have to earn your spot back."
I feel like Loki would be more like, that was a pretty sweet trick. I'm not going to lie. That was pretty good.
Dude.
And I believe in healing whatever it is we have done to try and reclaim who we are.
Same thing happens. Your hand pulls off. It's got a little bit of red scorch mark to it. Doesn't hurt, just kind of like a tingling, like it's fallen asleep or something. He walks over to you, Rome. And do you?
My name is Rome. I was a charming half elf. Now I'm whatever this is. I believe in taking what is necessary and trying to do right by those less fortunate.
Same thing happens. Hand pulls off, tingly feeling. Comes up to you, Randiah, and pulls it out.
Put my hand on it. Name's Rendaya. when I met you, Sarah, we were walking through the village with your dad, and you were hiding around a corner. And I said hi to you, and you came over, and we went back to your house, and we had really yummy snacks. And I gave you the rat skull, and then we went and visited Heather, and she talked about the cult. And then I went up into the tower with my friends, and then all of a sudden we were here. And I don't know who this is or where my little halfling body is. Um, but it's pretty cool that I have wings now, but I'm really sorry that this person did all that.
Okay, same thing happens. Your hand comes off. It's a little reddened, kind of sleep feeling. He kind of looks back at Sarah and is like, you can see her. You can see that she's kind of dropped down a little bit. The tenseness in her body is at down, but you can see tears start streaming from her face.
I'm gonna kneel down towards her, like get beside her and kneel down and like kind of put my hand on her shoulder in comfort.
She just starts bawling.
A little help here, guys. I'm not that great with emotions.
None of us are.
My face starts to panic just a little bit.
Is your dad still around?
No, he died when y'all.
I'm so sorry. I'm sorry.
Heather stabbed him through the chest with a sword.
Is Heather still around?
Wait, Heather did?
Heather
Bitch.
stabbed him in the chest with a sword.
Why would Heather stab him?
Because she was a traitor. She tricked us. It was a plant.
Clearly. So much for saving her sister.
You just see smoke, little bits of like frosty smoke starting to come out of my nostrils a little bit. He was super nice too.
Yeah, she came out, and when y'all started attacking, a few people in our village came out and started killing us. Heather came out of there and immediately stabbed my father in the chest with a sword.
Did you kill her?
She's dead.
Good.
All of a sudden, you hear like rustling in the trees. And you can see everybody immediately, their body tenses up. Everybody starts pulling weapons. Everybody starts, knocking bows, so on and so forth.
Same. Same. My bows out. It's a reflex for me at this point. Same. Bows out.
And you hear rustling coming from the trees behind Sarah.
I'm gonna look up past Sarah.
She immediately, as soon as she hears this, she's like leapt on her feet, got two long swords pulled out, and is looking in that direction.
Light mode with my fists.
Anybody else want to do anything? 5, 4, 3.
I'm gonna grab both my scimitar. At least hold on to the hilts of my.
Since I know how quick my reactions are, I'll just turn.
Okay.
Modest too.
Bree, you are up. Please describe your character before you get to start role playing.
Well, you see, like the rustling, the shrubbery parts, and this red dragon
Rubbery.
Ken is just right in front of you. She's got a loot strapped to her back. She's got daggers in her, like the hilts of the daggers are poking out of her boots. She's wearing a chain. She has a whip strapped to one hip, and just there is a cloak on her, which is why I yelled at you about no cloaks. But she's got a cloak on. She's trying to lay it low, it seems. But she's just very clearly been under some duress. So she's been running, just apparently running. She's very hold on. Please.
You're still running towards us?
She's kind of like hunched over, like she just cleared
Oh, okay.
through where the shrubbery is. She's just like standing like right at the edge of it. Just It's not much time.
You guys were dragons. You guys turns out were dragons.
They're coming. There's a shit ton. And they're not happy. She's not happy.
Sarah, do you know who this is?
Is that the other one?
Yeah, that's your leader. That's the one that took everything and guided y'all.
Our leader is an asthmatic.
He's the one that led you. That is the butcher.
Also fix them.
So do I shoot her or not?
Fixed us?
Nazanik, do I shoot?
We need to
How is
learn
this
more.
fixed?
Hang on. We can learn things from this one.
Yeah.
As soon as she says that, I
Don't
step forward.
shoot yet.
I'm like, explain. You fixed us. How? What happened?
How close are you to me?
I'm right in front of you.
She's still like hunched over and she just goes meh right on his face, like meh.
Rome, you actually now know exactly who this is. This was your older sister that was in the picture, the shimmery picture that y'all couldn't find out that was blocked out.
Sure.
This was considered an older sister to y'all when you were at the orphanage, and she was kicked out of the orphanage and disappeared. And
You three
Atima,
don't know this.
yeah, nobody else knows this. Atima said that she left.
Tiamat.
Yeah, Tiamat said that she left, and when you questioned it, you were like, well, where is she? And then she said she left, and then you don't remember anything past that. And you actually now are remembering time that you spent with her. Tamarin, what was your original race? I forgot. Weren't you a half elf?
Yes.
Yeah. And you were also a half elf at one point, and you're starting to remember your life with her before she disappeared from your brain.
Okay. I will articulate that to everyone.
Wait a minute.
No.
Y'all have the other three, you have no clue what the hell he's talking about.
Eyeing very suspiciously.
No.
That's a whole bunch of beholder shit.
Yeah.
And so at this point,
We
Rome is like,
magically
right,
add a system.
right. After everything else we just went through, this is too much to believe, right?
So.
Thank you.
Because I trust Rome, I'm going to step forward, look at the red dragon. I can't remember if you said your name or not. Okay.
Finally got my
And-
breath.
I just kind of look at her like observing.
Makes no sense, but you are near her.
She kind of just goes, it's weird being the same size as you.
She touches you, and you remember exactly your life before she disappeared. Her teaching you, being a big older sister to you, to guiding you, to helping you, teaching you the ways of, poetry, doing everything. She was there every step of the way of your life until a few years before, and you don't remember anything past that.
Where did you go?
I don't think we have time for that story right now. We have a bigger problem on our hands.
I think we're gonna have to explore that at
You
some
hear the
point.
rustling in the trees getting much louder. You hear
There's goblins on
grunting.
my tail.
You hear
And
grunting, groaning.
Everyone, get ready. Trust the red dragon.
You say goblins? Just wait here, and I'll go murder 500 goblins. I'll be right back.
Oh shit, goblins! Hell yeah! I'm gonna come back to you later. Whatever you did to them, you're not touching me.
More
I'm not doing that.
goblins.
No.
You see everybody else, all the other people that are dressed up and looking like Sarah, they all start backing up and kind of, you can see that they're very well organized military, and they've all taken like a position and have started knocking bows and drawing weapons. What do y'all do?
I've got my bow
I
already.
just,
Was
I just
already
go
knocked.
kill. I just go kill 500 goblins. Like, what next? What's next?
Rome just do Rome things.
Yeah.
Okay,
If you think we can trust her, let's do this.
Y'all are sitting there and y'all are ready, and she's like, Tamara's like, lots of goblins. And all of a sudden, you like look up and you're
There's a lot of
watching the
goblins.
trees, and you're kind of expecting a bunch of goblins. You see like 2 or 3, and as soon as they step out, just arrows from everybody else, just and they just start falling over. About 5 or 6. You start launching arrows, and all of a sudden, you hear a big old screech, like you think was like a larger goblin is like screeching out, and then you hear this big roar as this large giant steps out. And please roll initiative.
Right.
Ooh.
If you have anything
right.
that you want to do beforehand or whatever, please let me know. But
I did have one knocked.
yes,
With that, would I
I
have
have,
lost?
I have a
knocked
23. If someone would like to go first, I will switch, but otherwise, I will go.
I got a 21. I'm happy where I am.
I got a 6.
I'm still
Oh,
winded.
you have my dice. Keep them. Keep my dice.
It's because I rolled the 20 initially when we were trying to set this up.
I'm good with my 17.
yeah, because it's
Yeah.
Zazik, then Tamarin,
It'd probably be better if I'm more reactive.
and 8.
Yeah, there are worse places than a cleric at the bottom of the order.
Yeah.
Nope.
'Cause
You
if I'm at
all
the
will
top
get
of the
to
order, I'm
go-
doing something really stupid. I have an 8 intelligence, kids.
Me
But you've got that
too.
Riz.
Oh, no, wait.
My-
Oh, yeah, I have a 10
That's why
intelligence.
they didn't want to be touched.
So you're sitting there, and all of a sudden, you see this giant walk through carrying a big old tree, and it just roars as it comes through this. Rome, you may go first. You are within distance, because I know that your distance is at least 30 feet, correct?
Correct.
Yeah, so you can get up there no problem, and do whatever you want to do.
So, Rome is going to ready up 2 weapons for free, and I'm going to I'm assuming there's like a little bit of like a tree line or something that he's just like emerged from.
Correct.
Okay, so I'm gonna dash into the tree line, and then use jump as a bonus action and jump onto his back, and
Okay.
literally go to work on the back of his neck.
All right, so go ahead and make me a unarmed attack.
Unarmed attack.
Yep, because you have to grapple him.
Wouldn't it just be a dex check to jump on him?
Well, are you just going to be holding on? Are you just?
Oh,
are
I
you
plan
just
on just riding. I just plan on riding him into the ground. I'm just
okay?
gonna like.
Give me just a straight dex check then.
Can I just do acrobatics? Would that make sense?
I can do that. I don't have a problem with that. Yeah.
18.
You all of a sudden you see Rome. He like flies up there and grabs on it. Also, guys, if you want to do your roll first and then describe what happens, or if you want to describe what you want to do first and then get the bonus, I'm okay with that. If you describe after you roll, you could possibly get a heroic inspiration out of that, because you're giving me a good reason why you fucked up. So,
Okay.
but that's up to you. Either a flare at the beginning or a flare at the end. That is up to your choice. So you get up there and you get onto him.
Okay. And then I'm just gonna like launch a flurry of attacks at the base of his neck.
Go for it. Still got a roll to hit.
Yep. All right. So I get this. Oh no, not that. No. All right. This.
Does hit.
Ooh.
And then this.
Does hit.
And then this.
Okay.
And then this.
You can't use your last one because you use a bonus action to jump on him.
But I have dual weapon, 2-weapon fighting, and then bonus action. So whenever I make an attack, I make a second attack.
That's
for
right,
free.
because you got the vex and everything that goes with it. Yeah. you can
So,
put the vex in.
so I'm assuming those are all hits. So
all
now
hits, 13 or higher is a hit, no problem.
Okay, so first one, second one, third one, fourth one, and I'm gonna leave them the last two stuck in the back.
Like handles.
Yeah, so I can.
If you tell
Handle
him you
bar?
steer him like Legolas, we've got problems.
I'm not quite Legolas. I'm just holding on.
Okay. Ren, you are next. Rendiah, you are next. What do? You see Rome just kind of leap up and just and stab right into him. He roars, but he is still quite healthy looking.
Show off. I'll pull back on the bow and it starts crackling like. Oh my god, this is so cool. I love this. What is going on? And I just lean back and I fire 2 arrows out of it in rapid succession.
Okay.
That's one. That's a nat 20.
Nice. Good job.
Hey.
Hell yeah.
And the second one
That hits
is a
also?
13. Okay. All right then. I forget how to force a crit. Is it like this? It's like this. Is it shift? I forget. Screw it. I'm just gonna roll it twice.
You can do that twice.
So that is
Okay.
13, and it's 20 points of damage plus. Let me make sure I get this. I roll this right because this is the first time I'm actually using this bow. First thing is to do. He's going to be the first hit slows him.
Okay.
So he is 10 feet slower.
Okay.
And yeah. So the arrows fly through. One hits him in the leg, and you just see this burst of energy, and it like crackles around his leg. You don't see the arrow anymore. It doesn't like stick into him. And then the other one hits him square in the chest. I almost hit Rome, but no, it didn't. It goes in, and you see the same thing happen. It just crackles energy around, and you just see this wound open, but the arrow isn't there anymore.
Okay. He kind of stumbles a little bit, but still fully moving.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And
then I'm just gonna sort of take a couple more steps back because I want to make sure I get a clear shot because I know Zazik's gonna go in and punch and stand in front, so I need to have a good shot.
You do that. You kind of take a few steps back. Zazik, before you go, you hear the woods erupt again, and y'all notice some arrows start flying and hitting other small goblins, and little bitty and some smaller orcs as they're coming through the woods. And you come up, and as soon as you get ready to start moving in, Zazik, you see 2 ogres come out to the left and right of them.
Oh, son of a bitch. Okay.
They do not get to act, so you can act on any of them. Y'all are all within melee movement distance and whatever you need to do.
All right. Awesome.
Just uppercut one of the ogres into space.
Well, actually, what I was thinking about doing and what I'm still going to do is go for the kneecaps with a stunning strike for my first attack. So I'm going to run up and, just powerhouse slam kick into the kneecaps and try to take them out. So I'm spending a focus point. I think that's what that's called.
Yeah, I think they're called focus now.
Oh, are they? Okay.
Yeah, I
Hang
think
on,
they changed
hang
it
on.
from key to focus or something like that.
Whatever.
Lame.
Yeah.
Yes, focus point. So, focus point. Stunning strike within my unarmed attack. Sure, let's do.
You go to
don't
hit
think-
him, and you go and you can see you're going after a giant or an ogre.
Ogre.
Okay, you go to punch an ogre in the knee, and he kind of moves away a little bit, and you can see that you just barely miss his knee.
But I am getting back up and I'm doing it again because I get a second attack.
All right. You do hit that time.
Yeah.
You get 2 attacks with when you're fighting with your fists.
Uh-huh.
Don't you, as a
And
monk?
then- And then I also have a bonus action.
You hit him in the kneecap, do 11 points of damage.
Okay. And then we're going to go in one more time with my unarmed strike bonus action.
That hits. Okay.
So stay down, motherfucker.
Very
My-
monk-like. I like that.
My foot just slams in there. I think you might hear cracking in there somewhere.
Serene. It's the serenity I admire the most.
The complete calm that I appreciate.
Tamarin, you are next. You see this as you see Rome run around, get on top of the back of the giant, stab her like crazy. Randai throws some arrows. Zazik comes in and just starts and kicks and
Glad
punches.
some things never changed. All right. So before I go in, it says that I have 2 attacks per action. Does that mean I do 2 attacks?
Mhm. Yeah.
Cool. That's my first time playing the new edition. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna go for the one that Zazik did not attack.
Okay.
I'm gonna use my whip. See if that hits.
Right.
I don't think that hits.
Does not hit. You lash the whip out and just barely misses it.
Okay. So I'm gonna try it again. Like trying my recovery. Oh, okay.
That does hit.
All right. So the whip will crack backwards, like to wrap around one of his legs. Pull it, and she's yeah. We're
Roll
doing
your
it.
damage.
Got it.
You hit
Oh,
it. It's okay. All right.
He gets a very bloody kneecap.
You like whip it and hits it, and you can hear the crack and the sting. Zazik and Rome, this crack of the whip sounds familiar now. Aiden, what are you gonna do?
Okay. Now that I've seen everything else happen, I believe. What do I want to do? I got too many choices. Oh, that's the fun part. I'm gonna draw both my scimitars and run up to the giant's leg and try and take out the Achilles on one of the legs.
All right. Roll to hit.
So what am I rolling?
You see where it says hit DC? You click that
Yes.
button. Yeah.
Click that button. Okay. So I click that. Yeah.
You miss. You go to swipe and misses.
Do I want to do something to tweak it?
It has all your bonuses in there, so
Yeah, that's everything.
yeah. That's the reason why I like you don't have to worry about anything. You're gonna use your bonus action to get another attack.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay.
So let me click it again.
That
That's
does hit.
14. And
So you would have to use your other scimitar, not this one, because you're giant slayer scimitar. So you have to use your other scimitar damage. Just roll that.
Okay. So I'll roll that.
You hit him.
Okay, damage is 6.
All right.
So I also have 2 weapon fighting and Where's my other?
And you have Vex.
And I have advanced. I have enhanced dual wielding and two. When you attack with an action weapon that has a light prop, make one extra attack as a bonus.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. Unless I want to. Yeah. I think that's it for me.
All right. You sit there and you hit him up really quick and everything, and you don't have you have Nick, not Vex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which. Yeah, because Nick is on the scimitar.
Yeah, because you can. So just so you know, when you attack, you can use your bonus action to make another attack, or since you and you have a Nick, you can make another attack and then use something else as your bonus action. Is how it works.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, first time doing anything like this, so
You're fine. This is all. It's not a big deal.
You can do it, honey.
I can do it. Yay!
Guys, I will be right back. I will just withhold for my next action. I'll go last. I'll hold on anyways.
Just hold on. You see the giant. He kind of like scrambles around and stuff, and then he takes his giant tree and goes after. He looks over at Aiden and goes with this giant club. Aiden, what is your AC?
My AC is 16.
Okay. This giant club hits you, kind of, as soon as you get hit, you kind of get pushed back. You take 18 points of damage.
Okay.
And then you see the giant reach over, and he looks over at Tamarin and goes with the other back swing. Tamarin, what is your AC? It is not that low, so don't worry about it. Because I've only rolled a 6, so I know your AC is not 6. Tamarin.
Oh, sorry. Hi, what?
Your AC?
Oh, God. Dissociating is real, guys. It is double that, so it is 12.
Okay. So, you feel this other club come down and just, like, it's right next to you and dust starts flying all over the place. And ash. You see...
That was rude.
You see other goblins and orcs, and you kind of look around and you see these people that are dressed in, camouflaged up. They've got their mirrored helms on. They're kind of radiating a little white light on the mirror, and they're just going to town, killing all these orcs and goblins just like left and right. It's like as soon as they step out of the woods, either somebody's stabbing or being shot at. You can see that they're actually quite good at this. The ogre, Zazik, one of the ogre reaches down and tries to smash you in the face with a big old meaty fist. 13. Does that hit you?
That does not hit me. I am too fast for you.
Okay.
I'm like jumping out of the way.
Here comes a second one.
My sweet ninja moves.
Your sweet ninja moves. Does a 15 hit?
It does not.
Nice. Good job.
Told you. Got sweet ninja moves.
And then Tamarin, you see the ogre reaches down and starts trying to punch you in the face.
Mm-hmm.
It does hit you.
Oh. Okay.
And you take a whopping 875 damage. No. You take a total of...
Told you they were evil.
22 hit points. As it punches you directly in the chest, and you can feel your chest your heart kind of goes, boom, boom, boom.
Okay.
It kind of stops for a second, and then reaches down with another fist and tries to hit you. And misses.
Oh, thank God.
And it is start back up. Rome is sitting there on the back of this giant, just stabbing away. Randai, you are now next.
So I'm watching this go, and I watch the red one get punched, and I see him double back a little bit, and the wings almost kind of block the fall. And I realize, Oh shit! So bonus action. I'm gonna invoke my wings, and I'm gonna fly because
Okay.
I can fly. And I'm gonna fly up about 10 feet in the air, and I'm just gonna pull back on the bow, and I'm looking like I forgot an arrow. I didn't need an arrow. An arrow appeared. Oh God, this is the best day ever. I'm sorry about your village. And I'm just gonna fire off 2 more shots at the giant, cause this is the best thing ever.
I will give you +2 to each die roll for a cool. For a cool
There's
role play.
one. That's a dirty 20.
Ooh.
That hits.
And that's a 12 plus 2 gives me 14.
That still hits.
Sweet. All right, there's 13 damage with the first one, which also keeps him slowed. So the
Okay.
bow hit, the arrow hits right by Rome. And I go for that again, and you just see this explosion of light. And oh my God, this is the coolest goddamn thing. And the second one, oh, sorry, I didn't mean to click again. The second one hits, and just same thing, explodes with light, and you just see crackling around the wound. I'm just like, oh. Guys, I'm flying! And that'll be my turn. And I'm about 10, maybe 15 feet in the air.
No problem. Rome, you see these arrows just kind of slam into him. Do you want to go and do your turn, or you want to wait till the end?
Yeah, sure. I can go. How mangled does this giant look? Is
He
he
looks pretty-
swaying at all?
He's not swaying, but he's pretty bloody.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and hit him with another series. I'm gonna try to sever his spinal cord, kind of thing. That's what I'm going for here. So, we'll do this first. So that hits, yeah.
Exactly.
You said 13.
13 is exactly
All
what
right,
you need.
so because of Vex, I realized that if I need it, basically the rest of my attacks are going to be at advantage because of that. So if I need it, all right. So that one hits, which means the next one will be an advantage. That one hits, and then the last one, I will need advantage, so I'll re-roll that. Oh no, I guess I missed with those. All right, so I missed with the last one. All right, damage. So this, then this. Then this. Technically, wouldn't I get to add my sneak attack damage because he's engaged?
You do get your sneak attack. You get 1 sneak attack damage on it because
Right.
He knows you're there after one.
yeah. Well, the thing is he's engaged and everything, and so he's got one of the attacks would be a sneak attack. So yes.
All right. So how do can I just do this? Yeah,
There should be a button for sneak attack.
all right. So then and add that to the total.
Okay.
How mangled is he?
He's looking pretty mangled after that. You sit there and all of a sudden y'all are back behind him and you hear this is kind of coming familiar again. You hear this and you just see blood and guts, just kind of blood and gore being flashed out behind the body of the giant. And you can hear Rome just and you just see flares of blood.
If we still have the 2 ogres to deal with, plus a
Yes.
horde of goblins, so if everybody's cool with it, I'm just gonna action surge and attack him again.
Do it.
All right, so I'll use
you
my
ever asked for
action
permission
surge.
before.
Don't I have to? Do I have to check that off?
Yeah.
Somewhere?
Yeah, I
All
think
right,
it's
actually, all right, so, all
Abilities.
right, so
I
use
think.
this, and then I will rinse and repeat. So we'll do this first, and then this, and I will use advantage. So that one hits. So then this one is an advantage.
Vex can or Nick can only do once per turn.
I don't have Nick. It's Vex.
Oh, yeah, Vex. Sorry.
So basically, as long as both weapons have Vex, which means that my next attack is at advantage. So
Yes.
all right.
so
So
used
those,
people
all
having
4 of those hit.
Nick. Sorry.
All right. So that
I have Nick.
that
I don't.
that plus that.
Okay. You hear this roar that kind of, rings in your head that Rome has gone a little crazy. and you hear a bunch of blood. You hear blood just splattering and going crazy. You may go and have your death scene. Rome, tell us what you do.
So using a rapier, trying to find his spinal cord, and using my short sword to try to get through the giant vertebrae that this giant has, I finally managed to sever his said spinal cord, and then I just ride this monster into the ground, and then I
All you
will,
wanted.
when he hits, I will sort of tumble off of him and then land on my feet, and I'm gonna land facing the other ogre.
Completely covered in gore and blood. Like, he looks like a red dragonkin right now because he's got so much gore and blood all over his body.
None of it's mine.
Are you sure?
This time, I remember the bear.
Next would be Zazik.
So seeing Tamarin get pummeled by the other ogre, I'm going to take out how I feel a proper reaction to that would be into the ogre that I'm with, into a flurry of blows into the face as a bonus action first.
Okay. You can get there no problem and still be in melee range of everybody else, so no bonus to attack. Or no,
That was a 12.
Does hit on the ogre.
All right.
Does not hit.
No, that's my damage.
Oh, that's your damage? I can't tell from
Yeah.
here. Okay. All right.
All right. And then I'm going in with my regular attacks, just 2 more punches to the face.
Hits.
15.
Okay.
11 damage. That's definitely going to hit.
Yep.
And then with that last punch, as I'm going in and I'm finishing it, I'm going to say that until at last we snap to the pain, the need to be felt, to be heard, when the sound of skin on skin makes us feel alive.
What is
That's a
she
little-
talking about?
A little sadistic bitch.
I
From
taught you
above
so
you.
well.
15 feet in the air, you hear an audible eye roll.
Cameron's just-
And you attack
Pain is art!
and this is the one that was on Tamarin, right?
No, that was the one that I was dealing with.
Okay.
So like I saw the other one attack Tamarin, but because I was still already on this ogre, I wanted to take care of them first.
Go ahead and with your death scene.
So just as my punch lands, the skull just shatters into the ground. Like there's the hole there and brains and gush and everything just all over the place.
Nice.
I'm a proud mama bear. Dragon.
And then I'm going to look up at the other one. You're next.
Aiden. No, Tamarin, you're up. Sorry.
I'm faster than him. Thank you.
Yep. I got it. I
I'm
got it.
slow.
Are you having a second energy drink?
No?
Okay. Just making sure. So our only target left is that
Only large
One.
target is the ogre.
but there's like goblins.
There's
and-
goblins and orcs that are,
Okay.
and you all look around as you start seeing these bodies fall. You can start seeing there's a multitude of bodies being fallen around. But these people that are here are very well perceived in the art of death quite quickly. You can see them leaping around each other. You can see they're all coordinating attacks with each other very well. Like there's no talking. There's either whistles or chirps or some type of wilderness sound from them as they're doing this. And like you hear a whistle and like someone ducks and arrows go flying past.
I'm going to ask that I get a wisdom saving throw from that big baddie. Big fat fatty.
You want a wisdom saving throw from him?
Yes, please.
What are you casting?
Crown of Madness.
You cast it and he fails considerably.
Lovely. So you see, she's still on the ground. She's like getting herself up still. She's he just a little bit of a little wrist flick just to make it the flourish. She's mumbling to herself and casting, and the spectral crown just forms around his head. It's like the same red as her scales, and it's just twisting on its way around, and you just hear her chuckle underneath, like everything she's doing. She's just and Crown of Madness is taking hold on him.
Okay. Do you want to say what it does or anything so people can know?
So Crown of Madness, spectral crown appears on the charmed target's head. It must use its action before moving on each of its turns to make a melee attack against a creature other than itself that I choose.
Yep.
The target can act normally on its turn if I choose no creature, if no creature is within its reach.
All right. Who are you going to make
Then
an
he
attack?
repeats the save. One of the goblins.
All right. He reaches over and just like, and you see like goblins go splat and just gore just flies up.
And that's his action. So, and then he has to repeat the saving throw at the end of each of its turns.
Go ahead and Aiden, go ahead and give me an attack. Do what you need to do, and he'll make another one.
So the only one left is the one that has the.
Yes.
Yes. Only
Okay.
big creature. You do have orcs and other goblins that are around you.
Okay. How is the crowned or creature looking?
The ogre, he doesn't look like he's hurt at all.
Okay.
He hurt me more than I hurt him.
Fair enough.
Good.
So I am going to use one of my channel energies
Mm-hmm.
to create a. What is it? An illusion.
Okay.
Directly next to the creature.
You sit there and you go to cast it, and it goes, "You haven't redeemed yourself yet. I'm not giving you these powers."
Oh, come on. Not even this time.
No. And you feel like you're trying to channel the spell out, and you're like, it's just not coming.
It's okay. It happens to some. It happens to a lot of people.
Usually happens to me in the bathroom.
And you feel like possibly Loki is like denying you your abilities.
Okay. Well then.
Prove yourself.
Or teach me that trick.
What do I want to do? Then why don't I attack? I'll attack him.
All right.
So because I can't do that, so I'll attack Giant Slayer again.
All right. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll swing that.
Do hit.
16.
Yep. Now make sure you roll your giant. This is not a giant, so it's just normal damage.
Okay. All
right.
And that would be a 9.
You hit it. It takes a good chunk out of it. We are now back at the top of the initiative. Rome, you see, like, there's still ogres.
Gonzo?
Yep.
I'm going to action search.
Go for it.
Now let me click that little button. And I do have Nick on my scimitar.
Yep.
So when I make an extra attack with, I can make it as a part of action instead of bonus action.
Correct.
So, so how many?
Just roll
things
like
would I have to roll?
you're gonna roll it. Since your action surge, you're gonna roll an attack.
Okay.
So going with that.
So I'll roll.
You hit with that.
Yeah. Yeah,
So-
definitely hit with that.
Go ahead and roll for damage on that real quick.
Okay.
All right.
7.
Now, you're gonna do your extra attack with a light property and not use it as your bonus action. So roll again.
18.
Hits. Roll the damage for that.
9.
Okay. And then roll your next roll another attack if you're going to use your bonus action to attack.
Yeah, I'll do that again.
Yep.
Why not? That's a 9.
That misses.
Okay.
Okay.
Well then, that's it for me now.
All right. You've expended. Romy, are back to you at the top of the chart.
So the only big target is the ogre.
The only large target. There's other, like I said, there's other orcs and goblins just flowing through the woods, just coming out, a horde of them.
So it seems like the rest of the team has the ogre in hand. I'm going to like kind of position myself. I imagine the giant kind of in the middle and like one ogre or 2 ogres.
That's
Which
exactly
ogre? Which ogre is not? Which ogre is still standing?
the one on your right hand.
Okay, so then I'm gonna go to the left of the giant and just start like buzzsawing through like orcs and goblins. If you want me to roll for it, I will.
No, you don't have to. I mean, orcs and goblins at your level, you pretty much just you take down 5, no problem, or whatever type thing. However many attacks you get, it's not going to be. Yeah, you're going to take them down, no problem.
Like I said, when I was like, wait here, I'll go kill all those orcs and goblins.
do me a favor, make a wisdom roll.
Sure. Just like a check or just a wisdom roll?
Just wisdom, like a saving throw. Wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Probably not.
You hear this whistle, and all of a sudden you see these arrows fly past you, like nicking part of your body, but not hurting you. You could feel it as it come by, and you're like, you're supposed to duck when we do that.
Cool. I mean, I stop real quick. Write that down.
Brenda, you're up.
All right. All right. There's lots of the goblins and things. Sarah's pretty good at this. All right. What I'm going to do is for my bonus action, I'm just going to sort of do a finger gun and cast Hunter's Mark on the ogre.
Okay.
So that's there. It doesn't just cast it actually casts damage. Okay. I got to hit him first.
Yep.
All right, and I'm gonna do the same thing. Pull back on this, look at it, go, this is so cool. I don't even need arrows. And fire 2 arrows.
Okay.
One is a 18.
Hits.
The other one's a nat 1. I accidentally hit the red dragon.
Negative. Roll your damage.
Bounces off the tree.
Thank God.
13 points of damage on that, and he gets also the slow effect.
Go ahead and give me your death scene.
Oh, well then. Look back, and when you see the finger gun, you sort of see this little shadowy thing come around him. Oh, because I didn't even get to roll the Hunter's Mark damage before this.
Yeah.
And I just lean back, and you just hear, this is so fucking cool! And I fire, and it just barely comes over like the top of your head and hits square right in the crown. And the energy goes around and it just punches through the crown, punches through the head, comes out the other side, and you see the energy bolt and it sticks in a tree and explodes. And it just sort of topples over.
Okay. Zazik, you are up next. There are a bunch of ogres and goblins. Are you going to just go to town on them?
I am going to unleash my breath weapon on them.
Okay. Give me a wisdom saving throw real quick.
How's a 7?
You hear a whistle, and all of a sudden you see arrows go right past you, and kind of looks this, and you hear this, Doc! As you come up and you breathe fire, and then you lay waste. Yeah, or lightning, excuse me.
Lightning.
And it blasts around everything, but the fires, you feel these arrows, and then you hear this, Doc! Tamarin, you are up.
We can do that.
I would like to cast Healing Word on myself.
Okay.
I will cast it as a 2nd level spell. Just kidding. I'm gonna cast it as a 1st level spell.
By the way, when the ogre dies, I shift the hunter's mark onto the red dragonkin.
Does that go? And I'm gonna heal 8.
All right. You step back, and all of a sudden, you get the glow going on you. Aiden, you are up next. What are you gonna do?
That's a good question. Because Loki doesn't like me right now, so
Okay.
trying to use any of my cleric spells is kind of in a hindrance.
You're a fighter. You're fine. You're a fighter. What are you worried about?
That's true.
I mean, you could
But,
always try begging.
Yeah, in the middle of the battle.
Good.
You're gonna have to write him a Civil War style letter. My dearest Loki.
It has been many days since I have spoken. I wish to get back in your good graces so I can channel all my inner thoughts and help everybody in my party.
I hope this letter finds you in good health.
Are you just gonna go after goblins and orcs?
Yeah, I'm also going to use my my dragon's breath after seeing Zaz use hers. I'm like, oh, we could do that? Hold on, let me try that.
All right. Go and give me a wisdom saving throw.
Okay, we'll do.
Tamara, go and give me a wisdom saving throw too. I forgot to give that while you were doing that.
Okay. I got a 19.
You actually start realizing what this whistle means, and after you've heard it a few times, that whistle means to duck.
So I leave my head down and duck up, as low as I can go, being as tall as we.
Got a nat 1.
You have no clue. You're too worried about healing yourself, but you do understand what this whistle means. It finally registers, and you breathe out with fire, hear the whistle, and you duck and lay flat, and just a bunch of orcs and goblins start dying around you.
Yeah, I throw out poison though.
Did you
Put a fog of poison out in front of me. Oh, this is badass.
This goes on for a little bit more time. Eventually, you see them just turn around. So for about another 20 seconds, y'all do this and just destroy and kill things. And eventually, the goblins and orcs stop coming.
They just stop.
Yeah. And there are bodies everywhere.
Where's Sarah?
There's no more shrubberies.
Oh, she's actually right next to y'all, and she's got 2 longswords. Just was going to town at the same time.
Okay.
Badass.
She can defend herself.
She actually, after all the bodies start, piling up, and it looks like nobody's coming in, you can see her immediately. Swords are sheathed, and they're looking for wounded, and so on and so forth. And then she kind of looks back at y'all and is like, you can see she's got her helm pulled back, and you can see that she's kind of like got a concerned look in her eye.
Rendai is doing like little figure eights, by the way, and he's
In the
enjoying
sky.
the flying. So they're all standing there, and I'm just flying around behind them, like swooping.
Hey, you gotta come down here and join us.
You guys gotta try this. By the way, Sam, that was pretty
Down
badass.
here.
Remember, you can only fly for a little bit of time.
I got like oh no, it's been 10 minutes.
What?
Face playing into the ground.
Actually, hold on. Let me do this. I'm gonna for my own purposes.
no.
I mean, you can always glide. You just
I
can't.
totally superhero land. Yeah.
Show off.
Tamara and everybody is kind of like back to everything, and you can still see that Aiden and Rendai are kind of looking at you a little funny still.
You got a little shadow thing.
I'm gonna slip into the woods to see if there was anything like directing these, because like giants are not known for their intelligence, nor are orcs, nor are ogres. It stands to reason that something was probably driving them. So I'm gonna like ninja vanish like into the undergrowth kind of thing and walk towards where they were coming from originally.
Give me a stealth check
Hashtag-
first.
Hashtag not all giants. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh my.
All right, first give me a stealth check. And then give me a perception roll.
Right. I'm going to use one of my superiority dice on that. So I'm going to add
On the perception or the stealth?
I'll use one on each. I have 4 to use, so
Go for it.
so I'll
I
add
love
this
it.
to the stealth
Okay.
and I'll add this to the perception.
Okay. I'll get back
Nice.
to you in a second. You kind of go off and you disappear for a minute or so. We'll come back to you in just a second. Tamara, Zazik, Randaya, Aiden.
I'm just kind of holding my hands out to Aiden and Daya, like,
Bow's back on my back, but I got one of my scimitars out, and I'm just pointing over. Oh no! I saw what you did to the ogre. Saw what you did to them. You're not touching me. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about this.
I'm gonna like push Randaya a little bit closer to Tamarin.
Oh, we're contesting this one.
Trust me here.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stand there with my arms crossed. I don't know.
can I reach
Seems a little
Rendaya?
fishy to me.
That's just what she'd make you say.
Can I reach Rendaya?
Nobody makes me say anything I don't want to. Thank you.
I know we can't get you.
Are you going to
stuck
roll to
making
hit
poetry.
Randaya?
Yes.
Unarmed attack.
Unarmed attack. Hold on, let me find it. Just. That probably does not hit.
Yeah.
Psych!
I'm gonna smack her
Oh, I
hand
get 2
away.
attacks. Hold on. I get 2 attacks in an action. Hold on. That one
if you-
probably hits. Does a 22 hit?
I just duck out of the way, but I'm like on your backswing. I'm like, ha ha, you missed.
Right in the face.
As soon as you do that, as soon as she touches you, your mind starts flipping back and you recognize her in her elven form, not the dragon form. And this was their pretty much a big sister to you. She looked after you, helped you, y'all played jokes on each other, so on and so forth. She was almost nearly like a mother figure type thing. And
I wasn't the only victim of your pranks.
yeah. And something happened immediately at one point in your history and life. She disappeared. But you do recognize who she is from your past now.
Idiot.
Aiden, were you going to try to grab her hand also when she was trying to do that?
Yeah, try and smack it away.
All right.
Oh.
So roll to hit unarmed attack.
Me or him?
Him, because he's trying to strike you.
Oh, yeah.
He's trying to strike you.
God damn it.
Unarmed attack. Roll. That's a 10.
Does not hit. Yeah. And your first attack, you kind of miss Randaya as Randaya moves away. And then when it comes back, you smack him in the face. And you can see Aiden tries to smack your hand.
You're like, not today, son.
I go to smack it away and just a little dodge just comes up and face palms me.
Are you going to dodge it, Aiden, or are you letting her hit you?
I'll try and dodge it.
Okay, well, let her roll to hit you then. So, Tamarin, go ahead and roll to hit.
Oh boy. Okay. Hold on, where am I? That should hit.
Oh, yeah. And same thing happens. You realize who she was back in her elven form, who she was, what she was doing, a big sister mentality. Y'all all had a really good relationship with her. It's just, for some reason, like a year before y'all left, you have no memory of what happened to her. She just disappeared from your mind. And you remember
Just
up to
all
a certain
the time
part.
forgot her.
Yeah, and gone.
For clarity's sake, I don't drop the hunter's mark.
Idiots, the both of you.
She does have a motherly like
It's all
figure in
his
your
fault.
mind.
They've
Is
always
it
been the
really-
difficult two. Really.
Yes. I'm glad some things don't change. Haven't changed too much.
Well, I mean, I'm still blue at least.
So where
I said too
did
much.
you go? If that's really you.
What happened?
Where'd you go? What did you do? What's up with this?
We still have company. She kind of just
Oh.
looks around them at Sarah and the army and just kind of.
Oh, Sarah's our friend, right, Sarah?
She's like looks around and she's like, yeah. You know that y'all are gonna have a problem moving around. Where did Rome go?
Surveillance duty, it's kind of a natural instinct for him.
Yeah, he
It's
does
better
this a
to not
lot.
ask sometimes.
Rome, you go off, and for about like 4 or so minutes, you kind of sneak around, and you look around, and all of a sudden, as something just kind of appears on the left hand of your left eye, outside the corner of your left eye, you see this winged dragon form, not dragonkin, but dragon form fly up, like small version, like maybe the size of a horse, kind of fly off into the air really quickly.
Do I have time to get to it?
No.
Oh, actually, I still have jump. I could jump up to 90 feet as a bonus action.
It's farther away than what you can get to.
Oh,
But you do see.
he's gonna ride that cow like a cowboy.
He just likes riding on the back of things.
And you notice that it looks.
Kill them when I'm on them.
You actually see the head look back, and like the eye glints a little bit as it realizes that it sees you as it flies off.
What color is it?
Give me a perception roll because it is nighttime.
Okay.
We don't see.
No,
this
you don't
flying.
see this at all.
We're not in the woods.
Well, he gets over the trees. You never know.
If that is not high enough, I will use tactical mind.
Go ahead and go.
So, yeah, okay. So I have to use a second wind, but I can add a D10 to the result. If it fails, I don't expend the slot. If I pass, then I use the slot. So, I guess just add a D10, right? So
Yeah, just roll a d10 to it.
Hey, there's no downside.
You kind of see whenever the moonlight hits it, you can see that the scales are black.
okay. So I used a second wind. So I'll kind of glare at it until it's out of sight, and then I guess make my way back. Do I see anything else? Do I see like any evidence of like an orc command structure or like senior leadership, or was that pretty much it?
That was pretty much it.
Okay. I'll return back to everyone else.
Okay. During that time he was gone, y'all had reattached and put the memory back of everybody, and you see Rome come back into the clearing.
Hey, he's back.
It was a young black dragon leading them, or at least directing them, I should say.
Do I have an inkling of who that might be?
No, I mean you know what a black dragon is, but no.
I do?
Yeah.
Wow. Smarter than I thought.
Oh, so
Oh,
you
yeah.
got it.
Okay.
Real quick, you're just like black dragon.
Hmm.
You know what it is.
I do suggest taking notes. You see Sarah and her cohort of people kind of like cleaning up, checking out, bandaging. They don't seem that they lost anybody.
Good.
No major injuries. She kind of looks back at y'all, and she's got a little bit of fear in her eye still.
I just
She's-
kind of smile at her, but it's one of those like Stitch smiles where it's like you think it's a smile, but it's definitely not a smile.
She's like, she kind of like, you can see she's worried when you look at her because she has no fucking clue who you are. She knows who you are as the butcher, but doesn't know your previous self.
Oh, I just realized, Sarah. I know how else I could prove it to you. And I'm going to cast Disguise Self.
Oh.
My.
And I can only go like a foot shorter, but it is a tall version of Halfling Rendaya. See, it's just me.
Magic
You're like,
is.
I'm like,
She's
so
like,
we're all
I
looking
don't
at you,
trust
like,
magic.
I'm like, your legs look weird, dude.
I know.
It's the
It
knees.
doesn't, it's usually better than this. I can usually go. Being tall sucks.
Thanks.
You know, not all
At
of
least
us are
that's
short as
isn't
you.
as tall.
You can see everybody's pretty much just kind of taking care of their wounds and injuries and everything. And y'all are, at least Zazik and Rome, are like covered in gore and blood. Definitely.
Come on, who's got mending memorized?
Or
Just clean 1 cubic foot of leather, which is pretty much what I'm wearing.
No mending, unfortunately.
I have minor
It's one of my
illusion.
favorite spells as a druid. I'm just like, where they're always like, oh, you're all messed up. I was like, not anymore.
Ready? Nah.
I cast Mr. Clean on myself.
y'all are sitting there kind of just gathering what you see, and all of a sudden you hear this giant roar from above you, and this thing is loud.
Oh boy.
You can actually tell that sunrise is coming. You can see it peeking up through the trees, and you hear this giant roar.
What sort of animal makes that roar?
I need everybody first to make a intelligence saving throw.
Oh fuck!
Tell him saving throw. All right.
Ooh.
Mm,
Woo! It's not a fail.
Hell yeah.
that's a
Yep.
4. I'm not very smart.
Did mine roll? I don't think mine rolled.
No, I don't think you didn't roll. There you go.
There we go. I am incredibly dumb.
Wow.
We got a 14, a
Dumbest.
21, a 4, a 20, and a 0.
I love it
Minus
when
1 on
heroes
these
come up.
rolls, kids.
Oh,
I mean, we are the dumb two out of the bunch.
literally just
Yeah.
muttering to herself, "You fucking idiots! You fucking idiots!"
I imagine the two of them just like turn and run into each other like a comic and just knock each other out.
Pretty much that's what happens is, all right, so Zazik and Rome, y'all actually don't feel affected by this. Tamarin, you are like kind of shaking right now. You're not running, but you see Aiden and Randaya, they kind of turn and just like start stumbling and pretty much almost run into each other as you see fear in their face. As the sunrise gets blocked out and this giant golden glint starts filling the air, and this one paw comes down into the clearing. Clawed paw comes down, and then another one comes down probably about 40 to 50 feet to your left. And all of a sudden you see these giant golden wings just come in and land, and this giant dragon head, gold, teeth bared, looking directly at you five, going, "You killed my mate. You
Oh, shit.
are going to die." And this is where we're going to have and pause it, and we will start.
We didn't kill anybody.
Right. Oh, lies.
just a very
Calumny,
tall
I
slander.
didn't do it. You could prove
I'm
nothing.
shaking in my boots.
Randai, y'all are completely scared by dragon fear.
I have soiled myself.
Yes, pretty much. When rolling a 0. But this is where we'll start up next game. Guys, we appreciate you listening. We appreciate you watching. We hope you had fun. And here comes the sad ending.